Oh, right, the new emote. Where is it?
/M. You can do /M Mambo all one word.
No, I have to get it. Important. Fuck you, Gold Dance, you suck.
Wait, where are you guys?
We're inside House for Tom's Manor. He dabs!
House?
This animation's a trip. 'Twas bitterly cold when you first came to our city, when I stood waiting for you before the Ark of the Worthy. To think that was where it all began. How much has changed since that day. Forgive me, of late I have been studying the works of Balladian poet king, who wrote, "To ye who ask of things to come, give thought to what is past and gone." So rarely have we the luxury to reflect on the choices we have made, on how they have shaped our lives and the lives of others. Even I, a mere steward whose deeds would not merit a footnote in the annals of history, can see the value in this. I say this to you, Warrior of Light, because as you move, so too does the world. Pray spare a moment to contemplate your journey while you can. The road stretched on, obscured by an endless veil of snow. Somewhere in the white beyond stood the great iron gates, and on the other side a humble manservant who awaited the coming of 3 travelers. That's how the expansion started.
Travelers?
Yeah. It was just us. It was just me / you. We're all the same person. And Tataru and Alice. No, Alpha now. That's his name. That's how we arrived in this town.
It's like, that's rather meta.
No, it's not. It's what happened in the story.
Yeah, I know. It's just.
What are you baking? What are you cooking?
What are you cooking?
Tea?
What's in your system, buddy? Let me know.
Probably coffee, considering this is supposedly where coffee is from.
I should have fast traveled. Hi.
Hello there.
That dumb leaf next to your name.
Yeah. And it'll be there until we catch up.
I guess. A warm welcome to you, mistress. To what do I owe the pleasure? Retracing your steps from those first days in Ishgard? I see. Well, no one could begrudge you for indulging in a little nostalgia. I am reminded how much I owe how much I owe to you and yours. Lest you forget, foreign merchants were subject to a frankly unreasonable level of scrutiny until relatively recently. Not so now, however. Now, goods from every corner of Eorzea flow into our markets, and that, my friend, is change we can all appreciate.
Merchants of all nations speak a common tongue, and its words are coin. Needless to say, there is little profit to be had in prejudice, especially against those who have received the patronage of a count. Thus, when the wards of House for Tom's arrived, she was only too happy to make their acquaintance. This is weird.
Yeah, what is the point of this? Do they think we're, like, stupid? I mean, I am stupid, but, like, stupid enough to not remember the game?
Forgotten Night.
It just feels odd that, like, in a completely different form of storytelling is suddenly happening. Why should this happen now? Okay. Give us your best bartender voice.
What'll it be then? Ale? Mulled wine? No, don't tell me. Tea. Oh, so it's been, memories then, is it? Now there's a bit of drought that'll leave you wanting. Assuming you can remember your own name, that is. Take your friend Satoru. One moment, she's just another girl waiting on customers, clearing tables and so forth. And the next, she's got a dozen admirers asking after her every bloody night. And I'll be damned if I can remember how it happened. That's probably because you've been drinking your own product there, buddy. Singing those stupid songs, dancing those soft, daft dances. Though, to be honest, I think it was her stories that really won him over. Stories of a certain hero's grand adventures across Eorzea, told with a flair that had put a minstrel to shame. Who doesn't love a good hero's tale, am I right? Hells, we've even got one about the man who built this tavern. One was one of the founding fathers of Ishgard, or so it goes. Now, as the Enchiridion told it, besides Haldrath, the only knights who survived the battle with Nidhogg were the founders of the High Houses. Of course, these days, we all know better than to put much stock in the words of the church, eh? But there's more to our tale than just words. There's a sword, too. One which has been passed down from proprietor to proprietor since before anyone can remember. It's a rusty old bugger. But if you look closely at her handle, you can just about make it out an inscription. Goodness. I can't talk today. But there's more to our tale than just words. There's a sword... Wait, what? I clicked. Brothers brave and true, live well, forgotten in content. Man who's forsook wealth and fame and chose the life of a humble tavern keeper. It's just a tale, of course, albeit a good one. As for the truth, who can say, friend? Who can say?
He knew everyone's story, though he would never share his own. An optimist, he wanted to believe in the best in people. Sometimes that faith would be rewarded, other times betrayed. But he would listen, regardless, and he would hope. Camp Cloud Top. Clamp Cloud Top. Good job. I did it.
Want to try that one more time?
No.
I don't really want to. No.
Oh.
Okay. Camp Cloud Top. Teleporting now.
Oh, it's not even nearby, is it? That's just a different region.
That's the place with the fly bird.
It's the place I had to do the dailies in all the time.
Yep.
I can fly here.
Can you fly here, Andrew?
Yeah, I can fly here.
Okay.
Yes.
I haven't been able to fly for 84 years. Bum 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 bum.
Pardon me,
I
say.
remember flying.
Bum 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 bum.
What are we talking
Suddenly
about?
teleport us to the next area so that you can't fly again.
Glory of light. I was but this moment thinking of you. Weird. I had hoped to speak with you at Sir Amrick's in investiture. What? But circumstances conspired to prevent me from attending. Mayhap you will allow me to say now what I could not say then. On behalf of House Helenart and all of Ishgard, I offer unto you my deepest and most humble thanks. You risked your life to stand against our sworn enemy, and freed us from a millennium of torment. Though we can never hope to repay you, we will remember you and your deeds, that our children and our children's children might know the man to whom they owe their lives. Ahem. I concede that the grand investiture would have been a more fitting occasion for such words, but I could not risk them being left unspoken. What brings you this way? As you can see, Camp Cloud Top remains much the same as it did during the war. Though we need no longer watch the skies for Dravanian outflyers, the Vanu have proven themselves similarly worthy of our attention.
Oh no.
It's him and his robot servant, both voiced by Andrew.
This guy was the cocky one, right?
Yeah, I think this guy like the smoker's voice kind of one.
Time.
I think.
What? Wait, you guys all talk at the same time. What kind of voice does he have?
Wasn't he the gravelly, smokery kind of one?
Oh yes. No.
Oh, okay. I say, old girl, you have the most uncanny ability to appear whenever I least expect you.
Like an entire expansion later or something.
But enough about that. Honoroid?
Robot.
Ah, yes, my lord. Lady Lynette, I am pleased to report that we succeeded in infiltrating Vondu territory, and there observed the beastmen harvesting crystals at several different sites. Based on the volume of crystals acquired during our period of surveillance, I have prepared an estimate of how much time I believe it will take the Vonu to gather sufficient crystals for another summoning. I have also taken the liberty of drafting several proposals outlining how the Rose Knights must prevent such an eventuality, such as raiding these skies and securing their stores, as well as a detailed assessment of the risks involved should you choose to proceed.
I forgot how ridiculous that sounded.
That kid is fucking 12. By the Fury, I gathered you were clever, but I was not aware that you were capable of this. With respect, you are wasted on your master. Cool. Hardworking, full of potential. I think there's a place for you here with the Rose Knights, if you would have it. Good.
Nope. You shouldn't have turned it off.
That you would even consider taking me into your service is a tremendous honor, my lady, and were I free to do so, I should gladly accept, but I am pledged to another, as you well know.
Regrettable, but understandable. I take comfort in the fact that a youth of your talent and character will never want for opportunities.
Pledge to another, you rascal. I thought I saw you whispering in young Salty's ear the other day. You certainly wasted no time wooing our newest maid. There will be no secrets between us. You must tell me everything. Where you've been sneaking off to together, what adventures you've been having, every little detail. And don't you dare leave anything out.
Creepy.
Very.
He's like, what?
I am sure he will not.
I'm sure he will not. Oh, sorry.
In any event, you have jointly exceeded my expectations. I grant you leave to return to the city. Should the need arise, I shall call upon you again.
Robo voice. Once again. It's ridiculous. Ugh.
Thank you, my lady. I believe we shall do as you suggest. Until we meet again, hero.
Not so fast. The next airship isn't due for another hour, and we have so much to talk about. Honoroid. Supposed to be Henri, right?
That poor kid.
For all the lady's disdain, it was an old familiar dance. To her, Lord Emelian would always be the boy fumbling for a compliment, and perhaps there was comfort in that, a memory of home on the bleak frontier.
That was bleak.
And now we go to Falcon's
Go
Nest.
off
Whee!
to Falcon's Nest.
Teleportation. Wait, why am I walking?
Redwald. Whoa.
You alright there?
Then came in fast. Almost got run over by a motorcycle. 1,000 pardons, hero. Had I known you were planning to pay us a visit, I would have seen that you received a proper reception. A feast, perhaps. Or at least a formal welcome with the men in full dress.
No. That's weird.
You've more than earned it. One need only look to the pilgrims who come in their droves to pray before the relief to see the truth of that. Some abide in silence, while others shed tears, not for sorrow, you understand, but for joy. Joy at being released from Nidhogg's torment.
Ooh, about that.
Oh, hey, it's the responsible older brother.
Sir Redwall, the shipment has been unloaded, and the quartermaster confirms that all supplies are accounted for. Miss Hero, are you here on official business? A journey to remember and reflect. Aye, so much has changed since we first came together, since I abandoned you to follow the heretic's trail alone.
Not so responsible older brother. Got it.
Come, my lord. Mayhap you recall the survivor whom you carried back to Falcon's Nest that day. Well, his wife but recently gave birth to their first child.
Is that so? Well, well. Mayhap I should pay him a visit.
Make sure he named them after me. Though he would doubtless be honored, my lord, you need not put yourself to such trouble. Your responsibilities as Count surely leave little enough time as it is.
Think not on that. I am still me, and you are still you. Whatever our respective titles, I would speak to you as a friend. This preoccupation with position and power has sought no end of discord between our two houses, to the great detriment of our nation. 'Tis especially galling when one considers that much of what we have achieved by virtue of our blood and not of our character. So call me Count if you must, but know that I take no pride in it. Mayhap one day, when I've earned it, I will, but not today.
That's hard to do in heels.
I wouldn't know.
Still himself, is he? An honorable man, mindful of tradition, he was loath to accept the assistance of a foreigner in exile. But when forced to confront bitter truths, he looked within and found himself wanting. Pride be damned, then, if it led one astray. He would set aside his prejudices and join hands with this gifted outcast for the greater good of Ishgard. Visit the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. That's a long title.
Yeah. After this quest, I think we should probably call it too.
This guy's full of himself. I can't fly here.
The Tribunal.
No, you cannot fly here. Just chaotically
Somewhere
flying through the city. People just trying to live their lives, and a giant fucking fluff ball comes flying around. People are like, ah!
I mean, I've got a dragon mount.
His legs are so wide.
My children are staring into his anus. Like,
whoa.
Lord.
You're at that height, right?
I mean,
You're
there's
not, like,
no
flying in the sky.
There's no nudity in this game, not without mods.
I mean,
We don't talk about that.
we don't know how NPCs see us.
That's a very good point, actually.
They don't exist, first of all.
I mean,
2 foreign heretics against 2 knights of the Heavens Ward, under the watchful gaze of the Fury. They would fight, and the winner's claims would be proven true. It was the opening gambit of a greater game whose stakes would remain unknown for some time.
That's it? Well, that was relatively short compared to everywhere else.
what did you want? A novel? We already went through that to get here.
Seems like the opening quest of this chain is really focused on recapping, being nostalgic about how the expansion started.
I mean, that makes sense.
And then I assume something happens eventually.
Are we gonna have to, like, go through every single part of this quest? Hey, remember when that guy died because his shield got shot through? Good times. Like, You are the hero, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, you're one of the people we had to beat the shit out of to get to the top of the vault.
We have met, though I'm sure you don't remember. 'Twas seeming a lifetime ago when you answered the Archbishop's summons. I often come here to reflect upon all that has come to pass, and when I saw you gazing at the holy vault, I thought perhaps you had too. You turned our world upside down, everything we held dear, for change, for the truth. They say it had to be done, that his grace sought godhood. If so, then perhaps it was the Furies' will that you will prevail. This hat is very uncomfortable on my ears. But to say it, to believe it, I know that no man is without sin, but he was pious and humble, wholly devoted to the church and to his people. I knew him, miss, and he was a good man. Whatever else he may have been, I will remember him as a good man.
I mean, that's fair.
No, it's not. He was a fucking, like, crazy person who tried to bring down an entire country using a fucking dragon. He's not a good person. He literally is the villain. We fought him. We beat him up. Like...
To walk the righteous path, to live for the sake of others, to rise to the highest station yet remain powerless to bring an end to your people's suffering. What price salvation, then? What sacrifice beyond reason? For uneasy lies the head that wears a crown.
Yeah, the path to hell is paved with good intentions. And all that. That's more what I mean.
I don't think that's true either. I think that's an
LIMSA, LOMINSA.
excuse.
Teleporting.
So far away. Gotta go back to the road.
A lot of
We've
people do.
arrived.
I won't condone his actions by any means, but it's more the concept of doing the wrong things for the right reasons.
But he wasn't doing it for the right reasons. If he was doing it for the right reasons, he would have just talked to the fucking dragons like we did. We did it for the right reason.
We did the right thing for the right reason, though.
I don't need to talk to this guy. Just send me up there.
Journey of Remembrance.
Hero!
Blah, 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 blah.
Hero, this is most unexpected. Do you have business with the Admiral? A journey of remembrance, you say? Well, far be it from me to deny you. Unannounced or not, I suspect the Admiral would be most displeased if she heard that I turned you away. So then fucking elevator go. Go!
We're just the one guy that can just access the leader of the entire country whenever you feel like it. Sup, I didn't get dressed, I'm wearing a tank top. Thank the navigator. I had resigned myself to another day spent listening to my advisors prattle on about the Beastmen's latest movements. Come, hero, tell me of your adventures.
Japan.
The Ishgardians sail in uncharted waters. Though I hope these new reforms of theirs meet with no resistance, 'twould not be the first grand voyage to run afoul of reefs ere it begin properly.
Oh,
But with
that
Sir
far
Aymeric
back.
at the helm, they may yet chart a course for generations to follow. Which is not to say our own doesn't need correcting. The Alliance has grown complacent. The bloody nose you gave us at the melee showed me that. Nor have I forgotten the lessons of the banquet. Rest assured we will root out any further turncoats before the dagger is at our back. You have my word on that, and Lady Yugiri's besides.
Except for the fact that she's in Kugane right now.
She had never been one to retreat, much less in the face of transparent theatrics. But this had been no ordinary battlefield, its rules of engagement anything but clear. So she would watch, and she would learn, and in time, she would act.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah?
Revenant's Toll.
I remember that place.
Because we still go there.
Rarely, but yes. Rarely. This is where the Scions are stationed.
Wait, where the hell's my teleport to Reverend Soul?
It's in a weird spot.
Oh, there it is. All right, where are we going? Who are we talking to? All the way up. Oof. At least I can fly. Hee wee.
We've got superpowers.
Goodbye. Yes, I am bringing an enemy in here.
I'm bringing 6 enemies in here.
You can just fly up, by the way.
What?
There's an opening. You can just fly up onto the balcony and in through the open door.
Oh, it's on the balcony. That's why.
Yeah. There is a stairway up inside, obviously, but it's just easier to fly in.
Who the hell is this? Higiri?
I don't remember.
It's everyone's favorite character, Higiri.
Alright. Hero, it's Artemis.
Is it a problem I can solve with potatoes?
I hope so. I am both flattered and surprised that you should remember my small role in this tale, given the grandeur of your subsequent endeavors.
The irony
Though I
of
must
that.
confess to having derived some selfish pleasure from donning the garments of the shinobi once more. I am honored to have been able to assist in freeing General Ruban from his captivity. And I believe I speak for all of my countrymen when I say that we are most grateful to have been granted the opportunity to contribute to the restoration of the Scions. Much has changed, it is true, and much may never be as it once was. But in matching you and yours But in watching you and yours arise from the ashes and rebuild, I am reminded that we must never give in to despair, for there is always something which may yet be saved. All right.
We kick this quest.
We should probably accept this quest just to...
Yeah, or we'll get really confused about how to continue it.
Yeah, because I can actually accept this quest. Hooray!
Yeah.
All right. Will you be traveling to Udal next? If so, I would ask a favor of you. I have prepared a special unguent to aid in General Bond's rehabilitation. Injuries such as his must be tended to daily, even long after they have healed. You only need deliver it to this man, Commander Swift. He will see that the Flame General receives it. Thank you.
And now we go to bed.
Everybody go
Get
to
on
bed.
out. Get on out.
It's even my hometown. I did a series of Twitter polls, and Zev's design has been slightly revised as a result. And now he's got eyebrows.
He has eyebrows now.
He's got eyebrows now.
He is,
Oh, man.
He's been community voted to have eyebrows, which is a fun thing.
He's also back to his old hairstyle. Greetings, hero. What is it that you have there? Here's some shit.
Oink.
Unguent. Ungulants. Reagent. Draft. I was unaware of the general required such stuff. And one of our Doman friends made this for him, did she? Very well, I'll be sure to pass it on. Actually, wait here. We have just this moment concluded a meeting, and I expect he would be glad to speak with you before returning to the palace. So, Commander Swift tells me you came all this way to deliver Unguent.
Wait a second, you sound different.
Daily, she says. Ha! Well, mayhap it is best to be prudent. The gods alone know why you agreed to deliver it for her, though. Unless you mean to favor me with a rematch I've requested. Raban always sounds different anyway, because he keeps showing up in single-player missions.
Yeah.
I jest, lad and/or lass. You are on a journey of reflection, are you not? I, Merlo, said as much. And now you want to relive the moment you pulled me from the pit Ilberd left me in to rot. Nice eyebrows, by the way. Weird change. It shames me to think of it, that I was so blind to his hatred. The Lorito tells me that it was not always so, that Ilberd admitted to him he once believed that I would return to Alamigo at the head of an army. But years passed,
cultural thing?
and I did nothing.
Talk about his eyebrows?
For all my accomplishments, for all my wealth, power, and influence, I did not to better the plight of my people. Not for lack of trying, but Ilbert didn't know. He thought the bull of Alamigo had grown fat and complacent, that my story set a bad example for our countrymen. Forget our homeland and chase the Uldan dream. A fine, impossible dream which gave men the strength to endure their hardships and try to make new lives for themselves here. So the dream had to die. He would kill me, stir up the disillusioned, arm them at the monetarist's expense, and then... Forgive me, the Scions paid the price of my failings. The gods know I've no shortage of debts to repay, of vows to keep and duties to discharge. But mark me well, lad, there will be a reckoning. Mayhap not today, mayhap not tomorrow, but a reckoning there will be.
Yikes.
A refugee of a fallen nation.
Oh.
He had risen from the depths of poverty to claim a seat of the syndicate. Yet for all his great deeds, one was left undone. And like sands through an hourglass, the years slipped away, taking with them an old friend's hope. Remember when we looked at a house for a bit, and we're like, wow, look at this house in the desert. That was his house.
Oh my god.
Oh
yeah, that's what we did. I forgot about that. We went to like... yeah.
That was
Time
a
to
very
go to
long time ago.
Kurthis. That's far away. Falcon's Nest. Bye.
Teleport.
Whee!
Yeah, my headcanon for Zev painting on eyebrows is that he's... Like, we've gotten this far without a single other Hrothgar in the story. He's just been completely alone in a society full of humans and whatnot. And so at some point...
I look weird without eyebrows.
Well, it's like at some point, it's like people have trouble reading his expressions. So like as an adaptation to interfacing with human society, he's like painted on eyebrows.
Jeez.
It's very funny.
This will help bridge
And
the gap
now when he
between
finally
me and
does
the
meet a
humans.
Hrothgar, people are gonna be like, why does he look like that? Because then he's gonna look weird to the other Hrothgar, which will make it even funnier. Guy's been around a lot of humans. It's gonna become that multicultural problem.
Actually,
I wouldn't know.
Think about it.
Well, it's like when you have people that are like second or third generation American immigrants from like Asia or Mexico or so on, and then like they have this crisis of identity when they go back home to their own country, or because they don't like a lot of them don't speak the language and so on, and so there's kind of like this feeling of not quite belonging in either side. So I've been playing as a character that is completely unlike everyone in the entire game, and by the time he ends up meeting Hrothgar again, he's not going to fit in with them either.
You know, now that I think about it, how many Hrothgar NPCs have we actually encountered? None.
They didn't exist yet in any of the
0%.
content we played, so zero ever. Not even in an event. Not even a seasonal event where they could have been added. Like the obstacle course we didn't have a Hrothgar. The only Hrothgar are you and Panda and Brian's and Toaster, who the game doesn't acknowledge existing.
By the Fury, is that you, hero? Forgive me, but what reason could you possibly have for returning to this god-forsaken place?
That's what I'd like to know, too.
It's
Why are
cold
we here
here.
again?
I don't have to wear clothes.
Jeez.
Mayhap it is fate which brings you here on this day of introspection and reflection. We are come to Gorgan Mills to accept the surrender of a half-dozen heretics who once fought for the Lady Iceheart. If you are intended to visiting the cellars, I would ask that you do nothing to unsettle them. Oh. Hey, your mistress was actually right. She wasn't a bad person.
Except she's dead now. Sorry.
Wait, this is where they are? They're just hanging out in like what appears to be the leftovers of a nice dinner.
It is I, the heretic.
Wait, I know you. You were at the amphitheater with the Dragon Slayer. Hi. I suppose we owe you an apology. When you came to us seeking to parley, we were sure it was a scheme to lure out Our Lady. We were sure about a lot of things.
Embarrassing.
When she first shared her revelation, when she told us that she was not Saint Shiva reborn, we assumed it was a test. For had we not prayed for salvation? Had she not descended to deliver us from evil? No. She replied that our prayers were but fuel for a fever dream. A construct born of desperation and denial. She was no savior, she said.
And now she's dead.
But when we marched upon Ishgard regardless, she pulled us from the brink of oblivion and implored us to find another way. And here we are, ready to lay down our arms at last.
It's time.
She considered you a friend. Had things had been different, mayhap we could have been friends too. Farewell. I don't even know your name. Bye!
You ever know that everyone
We didn't have a name.
You ever notice that everyone in our organization talks like a bad guy? Forsaken by gods and men, they found salvation in a revelation. They would take up arms against their own kind to set ancient wrongs to right, cut out Ishgard's festering heart, and the war would be over. This they knew, believed with all their being, until their savior told them their efforts would be for naught. Why can we fly in here? Oh, I got the best mount.
Which mount?
The best mount.
I don't know about that, because I recently got another mount for
This is the best
offering to
mount.
DM for people. Nope. I got this as a gift, so definitely not best mount.
Best mount.
Where are we
best
going
mount,
now?
best-
Ah, yes.
Also,
my
I can
favorite
sprinkle
shack
my
in the middle of
seed.
nowhere.
Can yours mount sprinkle your seed?
No, but but I'm a big cat riding a bigger cat, so there's something.
That cat's horrifying.
Okay, here we come to. Oh, it's not even a fucking cabin. It's literally just a cart in the woods. Even better. I hear the installation on these things is to die for.
It is me, your fairy gay mother.
Oh,
I have come to spread my glitter.
What? Wait a second.
I have a dedicated glitter button. Was it always there?
Wait, you can actually glitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's every.
I don't like
action
that.
mount
I don't like
has-
that at all.
I don't know if
every
I don't
action
think anyone
mount
else can
past
see it,
AR has
but yeah. Or at least if you if your spells were on.
Who are you? Janet Lot?
Well, if it isn't the great warrior of light himself, he who slew the dreadworm Nidhogg, bringing an end to 1,000 years of war, and my very livelihood.
Yeah, sucks to be you, doesn't it? I mean, technically, you're not unemployed. You're just now border patrol.
Well, go on then. Strike me down and finish the job. Stab me right in the heart. I'll even lend you my spear if you like. After all, I won't be bloody needing it. Tell me true, for a moment I had you fooled. Ye gods, as if I could hate the man who rid us of Nidhogg. Oh, and lest you worry, that business about me losing my livelihood couldn't be further from the truth. In point fact, peace is proving surprisingly lucrative. As our nation's ties with Hraesvelgur's brood have grown stronger and our interest in Dravania have begun to expand, we've seen a marked increase in the number of travelers on the road. Needless to say, said travelers require protection, which we're only too happy to provide. Granted, such work will not earn you a lordship like slaying a dragon might, but it pays well and is far less prone to end in consideration. Okay, that's which seems a reasonable enough compromise, all things considered.
As long as there are wars to fight, there will be those who take up arms not out of hatred or even a sense of duty, but for want of better employment. When presented with an alternative, such individuals may gladly trade their swords for scythes, or failing that, pledge them for a more worthy cause.
Like trade protection.
Oh, I should have said furry godmother. Fuck.
Missed opportunity.
Do 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 do.
And now we got a tail feather.
Now I'm flaming.
Someone gets spray bottle. I believe the correct term is baseball bat. You know, bonk. That sort of thing.
Can't
I'm too
bonk a
powerful
baseball
for
bat.
that.
Wait, I can do that too. Hold on.
The fucking power stance for this mount is so absurd.
I'll try. I'm gonna have to try and get a hold of one of those at some point. I just like the idea of a cat riding a bigger cat. It's kind of funny.
Is he even bigger?
I mean, he's bigger than my cat.
Something the matter, son? Nath giving you trouble?
Oh.
A journey of remembrance, eh? Gods, it feels like only yesterday that Eorzea turned up in tail feather with you in tow. Back into our lives and gone all too soon. Did I ever tell you how we found her 5 years back? In a torpor out in the forest, all by our lonesome. Aye, well, we weren't about to leave her there, so we carried her back and tended to her till she woke up. She didn't say a word for days, Eorzea, just sat there and stared up at the sky as if the ground held nothing for her. And it didn't, we learned, when she finally spoke. Now, you might think she's not one to smile, but if you'd seen her in those years that followed... And one day, all of a sudden, she says she's got the truth that must be shared. Up and leaves for the gods knows where, and that was the last we heard of her for a time. Redemption's not beyond us, friends. Come and hear the truth. Come and hear the Lady Iceheart speak. And they did, from far and wide, for so the story went. Some say there was nothing in it, but I knew. I think, hero, that deep down most folks want to do right by themselves and by others. And they try. Oh, how they try. You do, certainly, and so and she.
I think you're delusional, because that's definitely not how the world works.
Shit, which quest? Is it the Legacies We Live?
Hold on.
The
Tales of the Dragonsong War.
We swear. The next quest is the Legacies We Live. Leave.
Okay.
Apologies. You came here to think on your own memories, not to listen to mine. I take it Nath are next. Right then. If we're to do this properly, you'll need to gather up your incentives, same as before. In case you've forgotten, that's a basket of fresh Calum tree fruit, a good-sized jar of land trap nectar, and a dirty great cartload of young Nanka flesh. Come on, lad. Surely you can't be that bloody daft. You're more than welcome in their village already. Safe travels. I was gonna say, like, I have maximized their reputate.
I am working on it.
We're best buds, which means I can freaking gas you guys with pesticide whenever I want to.
I have the mount, I just haven't maxed it out.
That's what their mount does, is pesticide.
Yeah.
Basically. It's like a dragonfly, dragon.
Although, doesn't it not
thing.
actually... I don't think it actually has the emote, does it?
Oh yeah, I think it doesn't actually have the emote, does it?
Which
but it does that during the quests.
Yeah. I don't know why this mount of all doesn't have it. Where is it?
Just don't need to be able to murder people at random.
There we go. Yeah,
Hunter of dragons and gods, I bid you welcome. What would you ask of me this eve?
Do you just want to voice every character today?
Apparently.
Once we would have no conception of what you speak. The one mind does not forget, but we do. It can be most distressing. To remember is not enough. We must strain to give words to memory, and inscribe words upon parchment. This is the chronicler's calling. He wrote of how you came to Lost Astvath, and how they left to slay Ravana, and how the young hunter trained with the old hunter while you were away. We shall treasure these memories, this history you have given us, and when new Vath join us, we shall share it with them as well. Bound no longer to the will of the many, they were now free to walk their own path,
Thus reborn, they would write the first chapter of a new history to be passed on to future generations. And as their culture grew older and richer, so too their story. I'm just used to voicing all these characters because I had to come here and do quests for them for months. Single player. And all of those quests were... I did all of them myself forever.
I'm just gonna save myself some time.
I briefly, on the first day, was like, me and Andrew are gonna do these quests together. And I'm like, no, he super isn't gonna do these. We started the quest together, and then he never did them again.
It's a lot of time commitment.
Yeah, but only a little bit every now, like only a little bit per day. We got commit.
What's the flame gear? That's
dailies are like exercising, except I actually do them. Ha!
I mean,
that's dangerous.
I do certain
I
daily
went
things like
to
roulettes,
the wrong place, I guess, or something. Shit.
Yeah, second floor.
I thought it was on the second floor. What the fuck?
I went to Guacamole.
How did I fuck this up? This feels like the one area in this entire game I actually cannot navigate very well.
It's weird. It's a big circular tower that you have to climb the stairs of. They specifically put a hole in the roof at one spot to help you get here. I always forget there's a floor that's even higher.
Hey, you got it? Okay.
I'm here now. It's just, it's a pain in the ass to get here. I just don't.
Alright.
Alright.
Who was Vidofnir?
Friend of Eorzea, warrior of warriors. Thou art ever welcome in Anix Shrine. What bringeth thee to us this night?
I distinctly remember being Vidofnir.
There is much wisdom to be gained from looking to the past. To walk half-remembered paths and mark anew their twists and turns. We too do this, though not through pilgrimage, nor less the written word beloved of thy historians.
Well, yeah, that's because we don't live as long as you. You know.
In song do we preserve the deeds of our lost and chronicle the passing of the ages. Naught hath greater power to stir our hearts. 'Twas a dirge of profoundest sadness that roused Nidhogg's brood to action. A dirge which soundeth no more. Now a new song riseth to fill the void. One of hope rekindled, of war's end and peace's rebirth. I shall sing of thee and Eorzea ever after, that all may know and remember.
In the chorus, the fallen could rise once more. For none are dead whose names yet echo in the heavens, and the song would not end until the last voice fell silent. Heroes and villains, sinners and saints, all would live again.
Slightly lightheaded after that. The amount of air you have to exhale to do the airy, like the voice, you know, like that. It's oh, now we
Glitter!
gotta go
No. Except no one can see this.
I need to turn on my effects and see if, or better yet, let me just pop onto your stream real quick. Alright, let's pop onto your stream, Andrew, or Keith.
Yeah, like, don't go to me, I can't see it.
There you go.
I can't fly here, no!
Haha.
Oh yeah, no, it's literally just like...
Fuck!
And it's even funnier because it is literally just shaking your booty to spread your seed.
Yep.
I can't fly. I can't fly here.
This is just the Rothgar courtship ritual.